Check it. Hey, people.
Thanks for giving me my water. Hey,
Look what you made me do. Fucking.
it's
God.
not my fault you're uncoordinated
Damn
and
it.
can't set up your mic properly. Thanks for the water, by the way. Anyway, welcome to the Lucky 13 podcast. That's been my
guys.
favorite opening so far.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Ben.
I'm Jake, and this is me drinking water.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
hot.
that's tasty shit.
Mm.
So how you even been?
I've been better.
You've been better?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong?
I had to get you your fucking water.
Thanks again for that. That's been
Yeah,
sure
no
been
problem.
swell.
I'm
I was
always-
gonna set it on the ground, but I was like, I can't reach it then, and I'm like entangled in cables right now, so it's just gonna sit right here.
Well, I can hold it for you if it's.
No, because I'm scared of what you'll do to it. This poor innocent bottle of water deserves better.
Mm. I mean, I pour it on the floor, but this is actually my office, so.
Yeah. So anyway, what else been going on? You been playing or watching anything? You been doing anything? Or are you still just dwelling in a cave?
I'm just here, just chilling, you know.
Just chilling?
Mm-hmm.
God, you are like the worst person to ever ask this question to every time, you know?
And you still ask it every time.
Because I'm hoping one time you'll give me something. It's
I'm
like
gonna-
when we go out to eat, and every time I ask you, hey, Ben, where do you want to go eat? And you go, I don't know.
Look, first of all, the reason why I do that is because I feel rude if I present an option, because that's gonna unconsciously
Make the decision
make you a little bit
biased.
biased. Yes.
Okay, let me throw this back to you real fast.
Sure.
Maybe I asked because I didn't know where we were going, and I wanted some input.
Well, again, I'm gonna throw it right back to you, like we're playing fucking tennis. Because, secondly,
This is the worst Deadsman volley I've ever played in my life.
well, because it's like, you know, when you. Okay, so for instance, today, well, you asked, hey Ben, do you have any idea where you want to go eat?
Yeah.
And you know what? I kind of had a very slight idea, but I was worried to tell you because, you know, once I tell you, this is such a rare occasion that you're going to already choose. All right, Ben already chose. Let's just go. So I was a little bit worried to tell you.
I mean, it's not like you haven't picked things in the past. Like, there's that Korean barbecue place we go to. There's been a
that's
couple
true.
times where you're like, I want to go here. And I'm just like, yeah, that's fine.
Well, you know what? When I implicitly 100% exactly know what I want, I will tell you what I want. But all of the other times, I'm just like, I'm 10%.
So-
I don't really care.
So you'd rather force me that every time we go to eat somewhere, I ask you on the off chance you might have something, instead of just like you going, you know, honestly, I don't know. You just go ahead and pick. Because you don't even do that. You'll just sit there and and ah for a couple seconds till I take the hint.
Well, it's so I can humor you.
Don't humor me,
Uh-huh.
because when you humor me, I look like a clown.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's called humoring.
I just want you to know,
Yeah.
I resisted the urge to call you to say you always look like a clown. So
But you said it anyway. That
yeah, I
doesn't
know.
make
I couldn't let it
doesn't
slip out of
make
my
it better
fingers.
by trying to hide it. You're rude. You're rude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the fuck do you want to talk about this week?
So I found out I can't drink Coke or Pepsi.
This came out of nowhere. Why? Wait. There's so many follow-up questions.
All right, sure.
So you gotta listen to me in this order. How you found out, why,
Yeah.
and what was the instance in which you found this out?
Well, 1 and 3 kind of go together, but
You're right. I realized that as I was talking. Anyway, so how did you figure this out?
So I figured it out because I went over to my cousins who are also Mexican, and the only drinks Mexicans drink. Obviously, not trying to be racist here, but
You're
I'm
brown.
just
That's
saying.
fine. You're
I
there.
can say it.
Yeah.
So it's either Coke or Pepsi.
What
and
about Jarritos?
Jarritos.
Yeah, like the
You
glass.
fucking stereotypical bitch. I hate you.
Hey, whoa. I'm half brown. It's cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't verify that. We do drink Jarritos from time to time.
And
But
Corona.
yeah, okay.
Okay. But anyway, so
Anyway.
it's always what?
So it's always Coke or Pepsi, and my uncle had Pepsi at the time, and I was feeling a little bit dangerous. I was feeling spicy, you know,
yeah,
because I
you normally
typically
just
don't
drink water.
Yeah, I always drink water, so I was just like, you know what, we're having
Big cousin hours.
big cousin hours. You know, I was trying to think of we're having carne asada, you know, that kind of shit. You know,
Ooh.
carne asada is grilled meat, in case you don't know.
I hate you. I'm brown. I know what's up. I'm also Mexican. Shut up.
I'm sorry, you're American, but okay. Yeah, we had meat and whatnot,
Jesus
so
Christ.
I was handed a Pepsi. So I asked my tío, just like, hey, un Pepsi, por favor, you know?
Yeah.
And he hands it to me and, you know, took a couple sips and I was just like, and I'm normally a Pepsi kind of guy, so I was pretty hype, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm also a Pepsi guy. I agree with you on
yeah,
this.
Pepsi's way better than Coke.
Yeah, fight me.
Way better. But for some reason, I haven't had like raw, like Mexican Pepsi is made with like cane sugar or whatnot.
Yeah.
Or Mexican Coke rather.
Yeah. Like,
And I haven't
like the
had
glass bottle kind. Yeah.
real Coke or Pepsi from America in like years.
Oh, so you weren't ready for that artificial shit.
I was not ready for the taste and the aftertaste because the initial taste was just like pure carbonation
Yeah.
and just sugar.
Yeah.
And then the aftertaste was just pure like artificial sugar.
Yeah.
And it did not taste good. And I was just like, man, where did I go wrong? And
Yeah.
it was just pure regret trying to finish that drink because it ruined like the rest. Because normally you drink a soda, just kind of you get the palate. It's not a palate cleanser, but it
changes it. It
yeah, it
changes
changes
the
it.
meal.
Yeah.
It's like to me, popcorn isn't popcorn unless I have like a Coke with it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
you know,
definitely.
or a Pepsi, either or. You know, when you go to the movie theater, it's part of the experience to
Yeah.
me. You know,
Agreed.
you know, especially like for me because I also like to get like M&Ms on the side. Like it's like a whole ensemble. But it's man, it's so interesting. Did you ever figure out why you can't? Is it just because the artificial flavoring, or
It's one reason I know why. It's because I just drink water. I don't drink.
you don't drink carbonated?
I don't
beverages
drink
anymore?
carbonated or many sugary drinks nowadays. I really just
I
don't.
mean, to be fair, that is better for you, but
Yeah.
it's kind of sad though. It ruins like the good shit when you're like, I just want to have a good time.
I can actually only drink Mexican Coke now. I
'cause of the
actually
cane
have,
sugar?
Yeah, the cane sugar and it doesn't have the aftertaste. Because the aftertaste is really, I don't like aftertaste because, like a few days after I drank the Pepsi, it was lingering for like 3 days,
Whoa.
and I was just hating life. That sucked. I'm
See,
never gonna have Coke or Pepsi ever again.
I don't know because I kind of struggle a little bit with like Mexican Coke because it
Really?
is better.
Mm.
It is better.
Mm.
But my problem with it is that I only ever can manage to get it when it's in like the glass bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate the aftertaste that the glass bottle leaves in my mouth afterwards. I can't quite place it, but it's this kind of like almost metallic flavor to me. And I can never place it cuz like in my house we have like that old school, that old really old style like Coke vending machine, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like super fucking old. It's like
Right.
early 70s kind of old.
Yeah, that shit looks like it straight came out of the fucking 60s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's old shit. And so it only takes glass bottles.
Uh-huh.
And like they even have to be loaded in sideways, so you pull them out from the top and then you pop the top on them. And every time I drink one out of there, like it's a good experience because it's just like, like, you know, like this is like a classic Coke. But then afterwards I get this kind of metallic twang to my palate afterwards. The only thing I could think of would be is because they said on their side.
Yeah, and it's touching the cap.
The cap. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of, but I can't imagine that being that big a deal. It's packaged in there to begin with.
Yeah. That's odd. I can't say I've ever experienced that taste. Or maybe I just kind of take it in with the experience of a bottled Coke. I don't know.
I don't know. It's really weird though. But I do kind of agree with like obviously I have a Coke sitting over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
One from the place we just went to go eat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've also been kind of falling off a little bit. Like this past week, that's like the first soda I've drank this entire week.
Yeah.
And I just don't drink as many. I don't drink as many. If they're around, I'll have one occasionally. Like if, like I said, going to the movies or whatever, or if I'm at home eating popcorn, because then it feels like it's part of the experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been kind of slowing down a bit. Drink a lot more Gatorade, a lot more water.
Yeah. That's good. I mean, soda's fucking awful for you, so
But why is it so good?
because
See-
it's so awful.
See,
There
I
you
don't. I think it's one thing though to like stop if you just don't have the palate for it anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's another. It's. I don't know. Maybe this might be weird and controversial. I might cut this out later.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of dropping it just because like I just don't want to drink as much of it, like because it makes you fat, right?
Sure.
Because I think, I don't know. To me, it's always been one of those things of you can still enjoy the good things in your life. You just have to enjoy them in moderation.
Yeah, but however, I think one of the things about soda is it's pretty difficult to get rid of because it changes your palate so much, and it
true.
really changes like the way you taste things.
That's true.
Like if you're on a diet of soda, it's really hard to get back into water, like consistently. I know that's a ridiculous thing to say, but either you have the choice of water or soda, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't feel like that because, like, I guess maybe because I just drink enough water now that it's just like,
Yeah.
because if I want to feel hydrated and refreshed, I drink water. If I want something sweet and carbonated, I'd grab a soda.
Mhm.
Like, to me, they're different choices, and they're not like I require thirst. This soda will fill my thirst gauge, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know, because like to me, I hate the idea of cutting things out just because like they're not good for you or they're like I don't like the idea of just like, well, I can't have this anymore. Gone, right?
Yeah, like cocaine
And you found the one exception. Thank you.
and meth.
You found the second exception.
Okay,
You
can
can
we
stop.
just
You can stop. But like, I like the more the idea of taking a replacement instead. Like, oh, I want to have less sugar in my diet, so I drink Diet Coke instead of regular Coke. Diet Coke sucks. Diet
But you
drinks suck.
get it all the time.
And, oh, you mean in my household?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a choice in that.
What?
My mother buys all that because she's that type of person who's like I want to still have a soda, so I'm gonna drink a diet soda instead.
Yeah, diet just got a weird fucking taste. I can't handle it.
That's
Even worse than regular soda for me.
yeah, and I agree. I would much rather just have a normal Coke and just drink less of it. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, like oh, I this is bad for me. So instead of cutting it out, I'm just gonna reduce it.
Yeah.
And I'll have it when I want it, but not like a crutch.
Well, see, I think that just is more of it's just it's just how you handle it. It's more of like, can you actually drink it in moderation responsibly?
restraint?
Can have the restraint. You have that personal restraint, but most people, they don't have that restraint, or they just don't know how to actually activate that restraint, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I had a roommate at one point who drank literally nothing but Dr. Pepper. So I guess I know what you're talking about.
But see, that's a solid drink choice. I wouldn't drink it for thirst, but you know, that's my go-to drink.
See, I never understood that about that when I lived with him. It's just I do drink a lot of fucking Dr. Pepper. And I mean, you know, like you can go to the grocery store and you know how they have like the 12 pack like of Dr. Pepper. Nah, my man went and bought the 36 pack.
What?
Like they would have like, you know, like Dr. Pip or like Dr. Thunder or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the off-brand ones, but they come in like way bigger cases.
I don't think I've ever seen the 36 pack before. I've only seen the 12 packs.
Oh no, you can get like a 36 or like a 48 pack. And he would buy that and he'd bring it into our apartment and he like the fridge would just be stuffed. Just stuffed full, like a whole rack of the fridge is just Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pepper like off brands. And it's just all he would drink.
Did he ever drink water or
No.
Oh my god.
No, he didn't.
My body's just literally shaking from the thought.
He had a very weird diet though. He had a weird diet. He had some dietary constraints. I don't know what dietary constraints require you to only drink Dr. Pepper. That one's a little weird to me.
Yeah.
But I know he had other things doing. So, you know, to each their own. But it just made us look like the weirdest fucking party boys who are just like, yeah, Dr. Pepper all the time. Because we would like, I would be the only one who would drink bottles of water. And like, you know, I would buy a case and it would last for me. But just like in comparison, most of the time is like, cool, 6 bottles of water, 30 cans of Dr. Pepper. Cool. I wonder what we're all going to drink. Or like when we had guests over.
Yeah.
Because we had no room for other drinks. It was just, I hope everyone likes Dr. Pepper.
Or water, if you're a bitch.
That was for me. I was saving that shit.
What have you been up to, Jacob?
What have I
Anything
been up
interesting?
to? Just been playing a lot of Deathloop.
Oh, Deathloop. Fuck.
Yeah, I got you.
God damn it. All right, yeah, go
See,
ahead.
for context, he said he was going to do his best to make sure we didn't talk about this, but I've roped him back in. So I've been playing Deathloop, right?
Yeah.
You can at least act a little more engaged with this.
Boy, howdy, Jacob. How was Deathloop? I don't know why I turned into Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Anytime I think of like Peppy, I think of Foghorn Leghorn. Sorry.
Peppy?
Well, like, you know, you got a spring on your step, you know.
Oh, Peppy. Okay, I was like the skunk.
No, no, we can't talk about him anymore.
Oh, that's right. Anyway, but yeah, I've been enjoying Deathloop a lot. It's been a really good game because I'm a big fan of Arcane Studios in general.
Yeah,
like I really like Dishonored. I really like the Prey game they made, and this has been really good. But man, Is that not a generally shared opinion about that game?
Well, I think the huge kind of negative thing I've been seeing is just the performance issues, as you've addressed in your recently released video, which you should all check out.
Whoa, hey, isn't that a crazy good plug? Wow, you guys should go watch my video about Deathloop. But yeah, well, apparently it's because that game has de novo in it.
Whoa, it's almost like you're saying anti-piracy's bad, Jacob?
Well, okay, I don't know if I want to tiptoe down that, but yeah, I'll say it. Yeah, de novo is garbage. It's garbage. I'm not like some of those people who are on the Steam store page who are just like de novo, garbage.
Bad.
Like that's a little far. Like I get it, it's bad. It literally helps nothing it's in, right? It's a point of contention for people to the point where they will not buy things anymore to have it in it. And I think that's a fair complaint considering how terrible Deathloop runs sometimes. It's such a shame though, because that game is so good and it's so fun. Like it really feels like the natural next stepping stone in that style of game from Arcane.
Yeah.
You know, because it just feels fun and fluid and it's so interesting. And now I'm repeating parts of my video unintentionally.
I was just gonna say that. I was just like, you know what? Maybe whoever's listening to the podcast hasn't listened to the video yet for some weird reason, even though the video came out first. But you know,
it'll be a week by the time this finally goes up.
Oh shit, you're right. Damn. Well, you've had a week, so you better have seen it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna give any spoilers either, but I don't know. I also think how much do you know about Deathloop really in general?
I know only what I've seen of your video.
Really?
Your video is the only knowledge I have of Deathloop. That's it.
Now I'm really trying to think about what I put in that video because I don't even know what to say anymore.
You made the fucking thing.
I
You wrote the script. You
know.
edited it. I
At
don't
the
know
point of
what.
recording this, I literally just finished it like the other day. So, but no, it's
Well, did you mention the premise? Because I think you mentioned it very briefly, that you're stuck in a loop and you have to defeat all of the people.
yeah, because it's you have 24 hours and you need to kill so many people to like cancel out the loop and break it.
Right.
And that's like it's basically just playing through Groundhog's Day, really, because you just slowly go through each section of the game, being like, that doesn't work. Okay, that works. Oh wait, this does work.
So it kind of reminds me, and we're not going to talk about spoilers here, are we?
No.
Okay.
Of course not, no.
Because I still
Unless
intend to
they're
play it.
super juicy.
Well, I still intend to play it, Jacob. So,
Oh.
So it kind of reminds me of like Majora's Mask. You will lose your items, right?
There is a system for you to retain them, but it does require a resource. So
Okay.
there's this thing in the game called Residium.
Sure.
And you actually, to even get the ability to retain items, you have to go on a completely little side quest. I don't know if the game makes you do it or not. I did it anyway as soon as it popped up because I was like, why not? I want to keep my guns.
Yeah.
But and the way it works is that every time you start a loop, so when you start in the morning, you have to find this stuff called residuum, which is in random items throughout the map, and you collect it and you use a certain amount of it to like when you like finish a section of the day and you go back to your little hideout, you go to like your guns and are like, okay, this is going to take X amount of residuum and now I can hang on to this forever. And the part that stressed me out, because I pre-ordered this game, right? When you pre-ordered, you got like a unique handgun, like a gold-plated handgun. And I was just like, I didn't pull it out for the longest time because I was like, oh no, am I gonna lose it? Like it won't let me because it's called infusing. It won't let me infuse it. Like, and even if I infuse it, what if I drop it? Do I like not have it anymore? It turns out it's fine. I was worrying about nothing. You totally get it back at the start of the
Wouldn't
next
that be
one.
wild if they gave you a pre-order item and you can only have it for that day? And if you weren't being smart, it's gone forever. Just like, thanks for pre-ordering our game. Go fuck you.
I won't lie though, the pre-order did make me a little mad. It did make me a little mad because the gun you get is really good.
Isn't that like most pre-order items?
Yeah, but like it feels kind of pay to win-ish is how good it is.
Uh-huh.
So it's this gold-plated handgun, and it has a special ability where it's silenced.
Yeah.
So it makes no noise whenever you shoot it. Finding like that type of augment on a gun in the game is actually kind of hard. I've only ever found one else since, and it was like a submachine gun pistol.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a unique weapon in its own right, which is good because it made the pre-order feel kind of worth it.
Yeah.
Bad because if you didn't pre-order, I don't know how the fuck else you're gonna get this gun, except for the Game of the Year edition in like a year from now.
There you go.
You know, I also got a skin with it that has like Colt in a tuxedo, the main character.
Do you see your main character?
No, but you see his hands.
Ooh.
No, actually, I didn't mention this at all in my video. There's a whole multiplayer element to this game.
God damn it, Jacob. Now that's going to be like the breaking point for some people.
I didn't mention it on purpose, though.
Okay.
Because there are issues with it.
Uh-huh.
Because there's connectivity. There's netcode problems. Yeah. And it's not helping the already stacked on performance problems from Denuvo and all that.
Right.
So it's kind of a crapshoot if it works at all. I mean, when it works, it is a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of my more, it's like what I do to kind of just hang out now. Because how it works is you play another assassin and you like actually invade Dark Souls style someone else's game, and it's your job to hunt them down.
Oh.
So you were like straight up doing like spy versus spy level of like attacking each other.
Is this like can you opt in to this system,
Yes,
or does
you
it
can-
just like
you
throw
can
you
choose
in?
not to participate if you don't
Okay,
want
that's
to.
good. I never like those multiplayer things. It's just like I don't feel like dealing with someone who's played this game for like 200 hours and me just getting my shit kicked in.
See, that's consensus, but I think that still fits story wise because in the story, like that character you play as is still in the normal game. It's just controlled by an NPC.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like in the story, the person you play as, her name's Juliana.
Yeah.
And she's like she's the one who talks to you on your radio and makes fun of you, and she's like your biggest antagonist throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
And when you invade, you take over as her. And so it kind of plays into the game if the Juliana who invaded your world has someone who's been playing like 200 hours and know the map like by the back of their hand.
Yeah.
Because that's how it should be. Like it should be really dangerous and like, oh my God, I don't know how to deal with this.
Agreed.
This person's crazy good.
Yeah.
And admittedly, sometimes I totally feel like that when I just totally wipe a dude off the map and he has no idea what even just happened to him. There are little issues though, like on one of them, because the way part of it works is you come out through these tunnels at the start of every map, because that's how your main character gets around.
Yeah.
There's like this underground tunnel system, and when you invade, you like lock off the tunnel, so the moment they leave, they can't go back into them just to like escape.
Yeah.
On one of the maps, though, like if you immediately climb up a couple of rooftops and onto this chimney, and you have a sniper rifle, you can immediately see one of the doors that the other person walks out of. So if you're invading, you can immediately kill them if you're a good enough shot. And like the moment they're out there, I've totally gotten a couple of guys like this. And the only part that makes it kind of okay is when you play as Colt, you get like 3 lives. So you get 3 chances.
Yeah.
Which actually makes it really hard to invade. It actually makes it really hard to win. Like you really have to know what you're doing because you basically have to do it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
But there's some annoying things too. Like I honestly don't know if it's really worth it for people to play right now, just because there's an issue with the netcode where the most broken, overpowered thing in the game right now, if you're like doing PvP, is just to pull out your machete and just run at the other person. Because for some reason the netcode has this consistent problem where you'll be swinging at someone and the netcode will go, "Oh, you're standing behind them," and then you're instantly dead.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Fun.
It's a big problem. And just the fact you can't get close to someone takes out a bunch of different options. Because like you could try and do fun things, like you have a kick move that you could use. You could totally try to walk up and someone kick them off a cliff, but you'll get a machete in the back for it. So even though they're like 3 feet in front of you, they'll just like face stab you with it, like the spy from TF2.
Yeah. I'm just going to bring that up. It just like sounds exactly like that.
Yeah,
Man, do I not miss that?
random crits are fun and balanced, fair and balanced. Damn it, I messed up the meme.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I've enjoyed Deathloop, and I think you would too,
Yeah, I'll definitely get it.
because I know you didn't much care for Dishonored, right?
I think the huge reason why I didn't like Dishonored, and I think you mentioned it too, is I played stealth when I really shouldn't have.
It's an option.
This is kind of a point that I kind of want to bring up too, just as a quick. Oh, this isn't going to be quick. So I have an issue when games present stealth, because it's when you have the option between action and stealth, the very obvious fun answer is action.
Yes.
Stealthing is incredibly boring. That needs to be its own dedicated thing, because you could probably try to debate me on this, and there's no way. I don't agree. I think you should always just make it action. Stealth is just incredibly boring.
What
I don't think
well,
that's the game. that
that's
should
kind of
be
the point
played.
of Dishonored, though, is that you're always presented the option between both.
And you should choose action.
Then why don't you choose action?
I should have chosen action.
Why didn't you?
Because when I'm presented with action or stealth, I try to take games the way I would handle them in real life. So I always try to immerse myself in that way.
Yeah, which is fine.
And then I always remember, oh, this is a game and stealth is fucking boring. And the mechanics don't work out the way you think they should.
See, that's kind of a different reason I think most people have with why they don't like Dishonored sometimes. Because I know for a lot of people, they feel like they're being punished for trying to have fun, which I don't really think that's a fair complaint. Because it's not as if Dishonored stops you from, like, if you want to go on a murder spree and just murder every guard on the map and shoot your pistol off and, like, do all this, like, crazy, like, shit,
Yeah.
you're totally allowed to do that. But there are consequences for it, which I think is fair because it gives you a reason in the game, like in the game world, if you want to be immersed, of why you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's different in a lot of stealth games where it's just like, no, you have to stealth or you die.
Yeah.
That feels kind of unfair because it's just like, how was I supposed to know that guy was going to turn around right now? I was literally 2 feet away from snapping his neck and now I've been caught and now I have to restart the checkpoint.
Yeah.
That's not fair. At least in Dishonored though, like if you sneak up to a guy and he catches you, if you kill him fast enough, it doesn't matter. Like you can carry on with your day.
Yeah.
And if you get caught anyway, you have plenty of options to like just deal with it. You know? And so I think and like MGS5 had the same thing. Metal Gear Solid 5. Like cuz it's a Metal Gear game. Like it's supposed to be about stealth, but it sure doesn't feel like that sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's an unfair complaint because you're allowed to do it, you know?
Oh, I'm allowed to do it. And it's fucking boring every time, but I still try to do it anyway.
No, I mean, that's what I mean. You're
option.
allowed to do action.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do it.
Yeah.
But I think what was neat about Deathloop is because it has this Groundhog Day thing going for it. If you decide, like, if you blow your cover at stealth or you just don't feel like being stealthy this loop, you don't have to be. And you're not punished in it at all.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing Dishonored did. It would punish you in story ways.
Yeah.
You know, like, because it had this chaos system, and the more people you killed, the more chaotic the city would come, and you get the bad ending.
Yeah, and I don't like that.
You're allowed to not like that. That's fine.
And I'm right. Go ahead.
We're not going to argue about my favorite game. We're just not going to do it. It's like one of my favorite games. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, I thought that was Nier.
Nier is also one of my favorite games.
Oh, so you have multiple favorite games on your
Like
top
you
tier.
don't?
I actually don't. I have. They're
So you
all
don't
in
like
numerical
any
order.
games?
What?
You don't like any games?
They're all in numerical order.
I don't
That's
have
what I'm asking you.
I don't have a numerical order. I know games that would be in my top 10, but I don't have them listed 1 through 10.
Why not?
I find my emotions about them change too much from day to day. Because sometimes, like, it's like, oh man, BioShock is like my favorite game of all time.
Yeah.
And then I think about, I was like, well, Nier was also really good. But Dishonored was like a really good, and it really took. You know what I mean? Like, I start going down that path, and then I can't number my children. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's weird because I can easily do it.
Wow, I see which one is going to be a terrible parent. You're my favorite, and you can do no wrong. The rest of you are just okay.
Well, as long as they're not a little shit, then that's fine.
Wow. All right then.
I'm a good dad.
I fucking hope so. But no, I just can't number them. I can't do it. I don't know how you can. Because to me, it's too hard of a choice.
I don't know.
Okay, so what is your top 10? Like, could you list them out right now?
It's on my phone.
It's on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I can legit pull it up right now if you want to. Oh, you don't have it in your top of your brain. Would you like me to?
No, it's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
I was trying to call your bluff. I didn't think you had like it actually written down. I didn't expect the.
I do.
Thing.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Undertale's like number 1 though, isn't it?
No.
Really? That's surprising actually. What is number 1 then?
Max Payne 3.
Oh, is Undertale like at least in the top 5?
Yes, it is in my top 5.
Is it number 2?
No.
Oh, interesting.
I think that honor goes to
BioShock 2?
No, BioShock is 3.
Really? What is number 2 then? Now I'm genuinely curious.
Right. So you might have a point here because I genuinely don't remember, and I have it listed here as for my reasons why it would be number 2. But however, it is either Skyrim or Team Fortress 2.
Oh, both of those would make sense to me.
And I think it goes to Skyrim.
You do play a lot of Skyrim.
I do. Haven't for the past year, but there was.
You've been busy.
I've been busy with Resource 13 stuff. So
yeah, that's fair.
You know,
it actually reminds me. I saw a game today that I think you might be kind of interested in.
Overwatch.
Don't go there, man. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Okay.
Don't go there.
All right.
Cosby Room. Oof. But
Jacob, cut that out later.
no.
The only other game I think of like post-apocalyptic would be Elisa.
Did
that
you
what you're
like
thinking of?
Lisa?
I never played it.
Oh.
Never played it. I don't think I ever want to.
Why? Too sad?
No, I heard it's got a lot of bullshit in it. I'm just like,
Well, I mean, isn't the whole point of Lisa to...
yeah, but it's like, hey, torture yourself. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, you can lose both arms in that game.
I don't know. Maybe I'll do it as a live stream whenever I start doing that. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll do that. It's just like a fun little thing. But
And hey, it's the Watch Me Suffer stream.
yeah, people like that.
Two people do like that.
Yeah.
People are fucking sadists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's our audience.
Yeah, I don't know. You have kind of an interesting taste in games sometimes. It's hard to track down a little bit.
Yeah, even I don't quite know.
Because it like runs the gamut from like Skyrim and TF2 all the way to like Undertale to like Earthbound, and it's just like there's no consistency.
to Battlefield.
The Battlefield, which the Undertale and Earthbound stuff is so weird to me because you don't even like turn-based games.
I really don't. And
Those are like the only exception I've ever seen.
I fucking
you make.
hate turn-based games, but
Yeah, but
they
you
just
played through all
provide
of Earthbound, no problem.
yeah, I did. Well, Earthbound was just more of like I have to play it because I played Undertale first.
Yeah.
Or did I? No, I played Undertale first, and so I just want to experience why.
Well, you were trying to play Earthbound when we were in high school, though.
Yeah.
When did Undertale come out?
2014?
Oh shit, we're old.
Yeah, we are. Way to bring that up.
Sorry. But yeah, that's like the only exception I've ever seen you make for turn-based. Because any other time I mention a turn-based game, you're just like,
I roll my eyes and say, "Oh God, Jacob's on this shit again."
yeah, okay. You don't say that part out loud.
Well,
That's
yeah, I
kinda-
think it in my head, but I'm
That's
trying to give the
rude.
audience like the inside scoop.
Now I'm sad.
Well, it's not all about you, Jacob.
Oh wow. Yeah, but no, your taste is weird. It's varied, and which is good. But like,
See, I think in general, my opinion on like entertainment is odd. It's just weird.
It's true. It's true.
All of it's weird.
Like from movies to TV shows
Movies,
to
TV,
games.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hard to even recommend you stuff sometimes because I just don't know how you're gonna react most of the time.
Yeah, it's just kind of like how we talk about food. You just kind of have to spitball it, and hopefully I'll say yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that you don't look at me weird for being like, you want me to play what?
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of whatever with it.
Yeah.
There's some things though that they're very easy to read, like
Name one.
when I suggest we play Knockout City, and you're just like,
Yeah.
and how I've heard no question of, hey, we're gonna play it again. It was just,
Well, we played it for the video, which is still in progress.
yeah, and I'm sure it's gonna stay in progress for a long time, isn't it?
Well, we've done other things.
Yeah,
God damn
I'm
it.
just giving you shit.
Yeah, you
Chillax.
are.
But yeah, like had very little interest in that when we were like you committed when we were playing it, but I could tell like you're like I'd rather play something else, which is fine.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, plus it's multiplayer. I'm just not huge into multiplayer anymore.
But you'll play Battlefield
And Team Fortress 2. And Overwatch when I'm forced to.
when you're forced to.
Yeah. Well, those two are just, I don't know. Maybe they're just too classic for me. Team Fortress 2 I've been playing since when it first came out. Battlefield I've been playing since
Did
I
you
was
pay
9.
for Team Fortress 2? Or
Yes.
have you?
No,
Wow.
I paid for it.
Wow, you've been playing it that long then.
But yeah, I played it like a year when it came out.
Did you get that weird Halo thing that you got when you?
Yeah, but I cheated, so I don't know why I got it. I used the exact idling program that they were having a huge fuss over, and I still got the Halo.
Wait, what is this idling? What? This is weird TF2 lore. You got to tell me what this is.
Okay, so just a quick explanation. TF2 is a hat-based trading simulator.
Oh, come on, give a real explanation.
It's a FPS shooter. That's
Team-based classes.
Team-based, yeah, that sort of shit. Anyways, Team Fortress 2 has this weird trading economy where you will get hats, or at least back then, you could join an idling server, and if you were in a server for long enough, you would maybe, if you
get
were
random
lucky enough,
drops.
yeah, you would get random hat drops.
Oh, okay.
But they were pretty rare, so. And this was way before I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Anyways, you would get a hat drop, and the point was if you idled on a server, you would stay connected to an idle server whenever you went to bed, or just, you left it on idle. That's the
Go to
shit.
school.
Do whatever you want. You leave your computer on, and hey, maybe you get a hat drop, and I did that for a fucking long time. But there was this program
Better get your Steam account banned admitting all this.
No, it wasn't Steam ban worthy, but there was this program you could download where you didn't have to have Team Fortress 2 open, and it was like a command prompt, and it would connect you to like a fake TF2 server. I don't quite know the technical whatnots of it.
This is getting a little deeper than I thought.
And yeah, you would open the command prompt exe, and then you would connect to the TF2 item server, and then TF2 would think, oh, you're connected to a server, so we're going to keep the item drops open. And I think there is a limit to how many items you could find in a week. I don't know if they implemented this afterwards. Anyway, I think this program actually bypassed the item limit, so you could just find as many items as you could throughout the week. And it was just pretty wild. It was a wild month, I think, before they finally patched it and they banned that dude's Steam account. And then they hired that dude. So, you know.
Hey, man, if you want to fix the hole, you better you hire the dude who made it, right?
Yeah. So,
or at least found it.
Yeah. That was a...
TF2 has some weird history of some weird exploits like that.
Oh, yeah. It was a fun time, I'll admit. Do I wish I was in achievement servers for, like, 24 hours of my life getting out of school? No, but, man, they were some fun times.
It's kind of a shame how much TF2 has really fallen off, hasn't it?
It's still going stronger than Overwatch, so I don't know. I don't know how falling off is applying here.
Well, I mean, because like it's just not talked about in the same way. Like, it's just like a legacy thing, you know?
Yeah, but you know that's just the nature of it. You know, some king can't rule forever. You know.
That's true.
And
Would you be interested in like a TF3?
I don't think Valve will ever do it, but hey,
yeah, because it's a scary 3 number. But I mean, like pie in the sky kind of conversation right now.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking hopes and dreams, then yeah, I'd play it. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I'd get into it as much as I did for TF2 because, excuse me, I have responsibilities. You know.
Yeah, you just can't let your shit idle all day while you get hat drops.
Yeah,
Do you think they would even do another economy?
Oh yeah, that's the reason why they're still going with TM2.
That's true. I didn't think about
keeping their bread and butter, you know. So
I'm really curious how much money flows through that hat shop every day.
Well, Valve makes a shit ton of money by doing nothing. So
do you think they make more money off TF2 or CS:GO?
Steam. Oh, that's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh no, I was gonna make a fair comparison.
CS:GO.
Yeah.
I think CS:GO has. God, I don't know how to quite describe it, but I think the weapon skins are worth far more.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they have to be.
Although I don't know if they have the most expensive item, I'm willing to say that they do, because I think ops are pretty expensive. But Team Fortress 2 has the golden limited drop frying pan, so I'm not sure.
See, I don't understand paying that much for a skin.
I would.
Anything. Why? Why? I don't.
Well,
because
the frying pan is golden, and once you kill someone with it, it turns them into a golden statue.
Aren't there other items that have that exact same effect?
No.
Well, I know that you can get like the statue thing that does that too.
You have to win the Saxy Awards, which they don't do anymore.
Oh, so it's even rarer.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I'll
you
be
can't
quiet
trade.
now.
Yeah.
I'll be quiet now.
See, that's what I mean. It's rare, and I want it.
I guess so, but I mean, like, I just can't imagine spending money on that.
If I had the money, I would.
Why though? You don't even play it that much anymore.
Jacob, I spent $120 on my professional Kill Streak Australian minigun.
That was a jumble of words I barely understood.
Okay, so kill streaks are what like announce to the server, like the entirety of the server, that like when you get 5 kills or more, you know, it's every 5 kills it'll announce like, oh, Squishy has 5+ kills, you know, blah 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 blah. And I have kill streak team shine. So every time you get a kill streak, your gun like glows like rapidly, like your team color, and also you get like weird eye effects. And mine is like plasma, so it'll shoot like laser eyes out of my eyes when I get like 10
So it's a
kills.
status thing, is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely, it's a status thing, and it lets me know that I'm better than other players. And when they see me, they should run in fear.
Is this why you don't like normal multiplayer games? Is because you don't have the ability just to flex that fucking hard?
Kinda, but the reason why I can flex in TF2 is because I have so many hours that I know like the limits of each class, and I just know how to play them. But
is that how you manage to win playing the worst class?
Yes. It's why I get kicked from servers every time I play it. So
why is the heavy so bad in TF2?
It's just he's not very mobile.
Is that like the thing? Is the mobility like the most important thing in that game?
Yeah. It absolutely is. just to kind of cut this conversation short, yeah.
Yeah. And so you just choose like, I'm gonna be the least mobile class.
I like to flex in general. I like to play the most difficult thing, That's why I like to play Little Mac, Incineroar, and Smash. They're definitely not high tier at all. But
Yeah, they got some big drawbacks.
oh yeah, definitely. But it's just to kind of rub it in, just like, man, you lost to this, man, you're bad.
You're really making me feel extra bad with the fact that I lose to your Little Mac all the time. Thank you for that. I mean, I was playing Ike, so I was kind of doing something similar in a way.
Well, yeah, you were. Yeah,
You know, so but still.
I don't know. I just like to work at it and just like, man, you're bad, kid. Stop.
So why don't you play normal? Why don't you like playing normal multiplayer games then?
Well, that same thing, because people just have so much time on their hands that they can, the same reason why I can do it, I get mad at the other person for doing it.
So you're a hypocrite.
Yes,
is what
absolutely.
I'm hearing.
Yeah, I'm a hypocrite.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of take that thing in stride though. Like like when I got really into playing the current Modern Warfare, not the original one.
Sure.
Like the one that came out not too long ago. I got really into playing that because I would just dominate people who had so many more hours than me, and when I'd lose, I'd just be like, you know what? That's just what happens. And when I won, I'd be like, I'd be the biggest asshole about it possible. Be like, yeah, fucking destroyed you.
Yeah, I think it's more maybe team-based games that I have that issue with. I don't know, maybe it's like deathmatch or whatnot. Did you play deathmatch or like team-based?
Oh, I almost exclusively play team deathmatch.
Yeah, I don't know anyone that actually does anything other than team deathmatch in multiplayer games. But
That's the most fun.
yeah, but I think the issue is like when I'm doing so good and my team is doing so shit, which is the huge issue I had with Battlefield 1, where it was just either you get stomped on, or you're the one doing the stomping, and that's not fun to me if there's such a huge like discrepancy,
Oh, see, I don't mind that in team-based games because I think the best feeling in those team-based games is when you are the different, like you're the difference maker.
You are the power player.
Yeah, you are the power player.
Yeah.
Like I've won games in Overwatch being our team's healer.
Yeah.
And just literally dragging the rest of the team to the finish line.
Yeah, but that's a challenge. But what I mean is like just stomping in general, where it's just like, yeah, there's literally no hope. So it's better if you just disconnect from the game.
Why not just join the other team and like play from the other side then?
I don't know of many recent games that let you team switch.
Well, I mean, in general, if you could, would you play them then? Would you like?
But at that point, it's just like, well, I wish the game was just better overall because, I just want to join a game and have just not worry about that shit. I just want to have a challenge,
Well,
Like
well, do you think part of your problem is you're not playing at a high enough level competitively?
No, I think the issue is there's a bit too much focus on competitiveness.
So why not only play like games casually? Like they're casual.
Because casual
multiplayer
is
mode.
just competitive 2.0.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Really? You don't think about that on Rainbow Six Siege?
Okay.
Really? Explain to me.
I don't play Siege because I think that game
We
is fucking
did.
garbage.
We did.
That
First
game
of
is
all.
garbage. I hate Siege.
No, we did. I just want to point that out that we did that, okay?
Yeah, we did do that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we did play Siege.
Yeah?
I hated every moment of it.
No, you did not.
And not in the beginning, obviously. No.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
But like, I have a lot of issues with Siege besides the game, like the community in that game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had fun with it. That was probably my last, like, serious favorite game.
Really?
Multiplayer game.
With Siege? That's very surprising to me.
When it was good. So, first year.
I don't know, man. Siege had so many other issues that.
Really?
made me
First
hate it.
year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I hate that you had to buy all the characters and.
I'm talking first year before all that shit.
No, you still had to do that because you like the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I see
yeah,
what
all
you
the
mean.
other operators.
But it was... Okay. Okay, I'll let that one slide.
Yeah, because like it would take forever to.
But
unlock
I
a
actually
single
kind of
operator.
liked it. But I agree, it should have been lowered way less. Like, okay, play 2 rounds, boom, you can unlock a new character, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's obvious. I was gonna say I don't know why it wasn't like that. I know why it wasn't.
Yeah,
like that.
you know why.
I know why it wasn't like that. It's fucking because they make money.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, see, shit like that made me because I hate pay to win stuff in games so much.
But Year 1 Siege, I feel, wasn't that pay to win.
Well, I think the operators were very balanced.
Yes.
like they had their roles to play, and if you knew what you're doing, you could dominate in that role.
Oh, yeah.
But if someone had an operator that would just hard countered you,
Mm-hmm.
you had to figure out something on the fly, or you just die, which is fine because that's how it's a strategy based multiplayer.
And you
game.
have 4 other people on your team.
Yeah, so you're all like bouncing off each other and
Yeah.
trying to make a strategy, and like that was a game where like working as a team was almost vital to winning.
That is the point of the game, yeah.
Yes, well, I'm saying there are team-based games where you don't need to work with your team at all.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You know, like Battlefield, I don't think you really need to work with your team like at all, really.
Not really, no.
I mean, there's like 40 people in your team. Are you going to coordinate with all of them?
No.
Exactly.
No.
You know, I don't even think you really need that for most like pubs in like TF2. You definitely don't need it in
You
Call
would
of
have
Duty.
an advantage. Yeah, you should do that in Team Fortress 2. But
You should, but
I
see
don't know
it
how you
very
would
rare.
coordinate in like Call of Duty Deathmatch.
You don't.
I mean, what-
Everybody's a shark.
yeah,
is what
I
you're
don't
doing.
know. It's like a game of laser tag, but in a game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm the best.
Could you? Oh, hey, just a quick aside. Could you imagine like doing call outs and like laser tag? How pathetic you'd be. Although, admittedly, I did actually do that.
I
so
was
you
gonna
know what?
say you have
I
totally
have done that. But see, it's kind of fun. Fuck, I fucked myself.
You
here.
buried yourself in this one.
But
To
you
be
know what?
fair,
It is embarrassing a little bit. But you know,
It
I
is.
had fun
Well, I
doing it.
mean, to be fair, we were kind of just having a goof.
All right, yeah.
We were kind of having a goof, but because there were a couple guys that laser tag who were just
Let's talk about that next. We'll finish our discussion on video games first, but let's get to laser tag next.
I mean, that was all I had to have.
no, I have way more to talk
You have
about.
way more?
I have way more to talk about. I
All right,
gotta talk
fucking
shit
hit
about
me.
those dudes. But yeah, but yeah, you know, Ramos. I genuinely did have fun my first year. That was great.
I mean,
I did have fun.
I had fun whenever we played. but-
Yeah. Well, even by myself, I still had fun.
Oh, I never had fun by myself.
Really?
No.
I don't know. I kind of I made my own fun and like.
I mean, I had the two operators I played all the time because I would always play like Mute and IQ.
Yeah.
Because I liked Mute's ability just to shut things down, even though he wasn't the best at doing that. And I liked IQ because that way, like, it would just immediately be like, oh, there's a Jaeger in that room. Oh, there's a who's the guy who would let you scan
Pulse.
through wall? Pulse. Like I would immediately. I remember the funniest encounter I had was that Pulse and IQ work very similarly, right? Because they both have like a display they pull up. Oops, sorry, Mike. They both have a display they pull up, and they can see through walls to see like certain things, right? So Pulse he lets you see other people's heartbeats, and IQ lets you see other enemy, the other team's like gadgets.
Yeah.
So like anything that was electronic. And I remember I had an interaction one time where I was like rappelling down a wall, and I had my like little glove up as IQ trying to scan for like things. And there was this one that kept moving around in front of me. And I just couldn't for the life of me figure out what this was.
And you were pretty new, right? Like
I was super new. This was really early on. I had no idea what was going on. And I was just kind of there, and we just kept kind of like wiggling back and forth with each other. And then I was like, I wonder. So then I fired through the wall and instantly headshot this guy. And I immediately clicked and was like, oh, that was Pulse. Oh my God. And it stuck with me as one of the funniest moments because it was very clear that neither of us knew what the heck the other thing on the side of the wall was.
yeah.
Because if he had if he could shoot he just would have shot me. Is
Yeah,
what
I
he
think I was
should've
there in
done.
that match too, and I think I saw you, and I was just like, I don't know what the fuck Jacob's doing. I'm just gonna go over here then.
Yeah, we just like he clearly had no idea what was going on either, and I think that's what make that moment so wholesome. But the rest of the time, people are just assholes.
Yeah, it's just kind of the competitive nature of it, which that one I didn't mind because I've been playing like FPS since I was like fucking 7 years
Oh,
old, and
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
more
same.
either you get the thick skin or you just get the fuck out, you know. And that
My
one
face when these kids never played a Modern Warfare 2
I don't mean to
lobby.
be that guy, but I think the so-called toxicity it has gotten bad, but I think it's just gotten more noticeable. It's just my opinion. That's just my boomer talk speaking. I'm not right, everyone. All right, feel free to disregard, but I think it's just more of just
I don't know.
You just kind of have to get used to it.
I could see that. I could definitely see that.
That just comes with the anonymity of it, you know.
That's
I'm
true.
so used to it. I'm just like, I'm surprised when it doesn't happen.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair. You know what? I can totally agree with that.
Yeah, I do admit it gets out of hand. You know.
Oh yeah.
100%, and that shit should be like fucking stopped. But
But what can you even do it against it?
yeah, bully hunters.
Good. I need to stop anyway. All right, we're back.
So on the subject of pathetic things, let's talk about those dudes at laser tag that played that game way too seriously.
Oh my God. I remember one of our friends was literally like almost get into a fight with him.
Yeah.
I
I wasn't there. I never witnessed this. But
just heard about it all the time.
Yeah, I
how,
heard
like,
about it, but
one guy at laser tag was just so rude to him one time.
and I just want to say we had a very special nickname for this person.
Was it Black Hat?
Yes,
It was Black
Hat.
I mean, it's almost kind of a cool name, but it's also like sounds kind of edgy and try hard in itself, which
Oh,
I
yeah.
think is why you guys called him that, right?
Yep, that's exactly how I call him
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I love that our friend. He was just like anytime he saw him, was like, I'm gonna go fucking beat the shit out of Black Hat right now. I swear to God. And I never got the full story. I never.
Do you
got
remember at least know why
No.
they got into an argument?
No, I literally have never ever been told why. I just know that for some reason, our friend, who was literally never like this, was never the type to want to throw down or anything, was just like, I'm gonna fucking kick his ass. I swear to God.
I think it's because he was staying in that room doing that stupid technique, which we'll mention, but he was doing that technique, and our friend like shot him, and he was still in the room. And Black Hat got really annoyed for some reason, and he was just like, "Oh, you want to tag me, bro? You want to tag me or some shit like that?" I don't think he said those words exactly, but he was getting annoyed that he was getting tagged so much, and so he was just
laser tag.
open arm, yeah, you know, as you do. So he had his arms open. He was just like, "Oh, come on, shoot me then, bro, shoot me!" And then I think our friend got kind of he was kind of over it at that point. He was just like, "Dude, I'm over it," or whatever, and I think there was some back and forth exchange. I wasn't there, and I've only heard this offhand.
What is this technique you're talking about? I honestly cannot remember.
So at this specific laser tag place, I don't know how other laser tag facilities work.
This is the only one you ever went to.
Yeah, this is the only one we ever went to.
Because it was fun for a while.
It was fun before, Black Hat came in. So anyways, the way this facility worked was you would wear vests, and there was you could either get shot in the chest, in the shoulder pads,
And in the back, I think.
in the back, and on your gun.
Yes.
But the way this facility did it is if you got shot, you would be offline for like 3 seconds and your vest would be off.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong on this, Jake, but like I think your gun could come back before your vest came on.
It was a slight delay, I believe.
There was a slight delay, and if you timed it right, you could actually be invincible for like maybe half of a second.
Yeah.
And you could tag another player.
Well, I mean, technically, I think you still get tagged on your gun, but it's not where people are aiming most of the time.
Right. And so that's the technique, like tryhards would use for whatever fucking reason is they would camp a room and try to instantly abuse like this half a second rule and try to tag everyone in the room. And that's what we had to deal with for so fucking long. I would hate people that did that. Like once they walked into a room, they would stay in there and try to. And also there was this stupid fucking way, and this is so embarrassing. So the way you had to hold your gun, you had to hold it two-handed because if there was a heat sensor at the very front of the gun.
I don't know if it was some kind of sensor.
Yeah, it was a heat sensor. And there's another exploit that we did, so we didn't help the scenario. But anyways, you need to have two hands on the gun at all times. And so how these people went about it is they would hold their gun to cover their two front shoulder pads.
Yes, I remember this.
And I want you, audience at home, to try to figure out how you would hold this gun to cover your two front shoulder pads, right? Mm-hmm. It is just, you do that at home and tell me how fucking ridiculous you look and try to tell me how you would go about that. And it's embarrassing.
It was some really like weird contortion of elbows against chest and
oh yes, because they would try to cover like their front chest.
Yeah, you're
piece
trying to
too.
like basically cover everything at once with your arms.
And basically their goal was to just cover as much of their body as they possibly could with
I
their
remember
arms.
I'd also see people, they would hold their guns in a certain way where they would hold it from the front and the back, right? Pretty normally, but they'd have like they'd switch their grip around.
Yep.
So their thumb would be on the bottom of the sensor on the front of the gun, and they would just hold it out against a wall and like peek over and shoot over the wall.
No, they wouldn't just hold it over a wall. That was their stance. Like just in general walking around.
Yes. Yeah.
They would walk around sideways like a fucking crab.
Yeah, but like some of them would just turn into human sentry guns and just stand there. That was honestly the worst part is especially like people just sitting in your room, just waiting, just like, it's like, bro, just leave. Go away.
I don't mind. Yeah, I didn't like that. I like
you're gonna change your tune, but
there's a lot of nuance to this laser tag facility that I like people to understand and why I found it so fun. So the reason why I camped, and perhaps I took this a little bit too seriously, is there was like bases, right? There was red base and there was blue base.
Yeah, and the objective was to destroy each other's base
right.
and get as many points as possible.
And many people didn't know this, but the way you would accrue points is you shoot the base twice, you'd get your points. You can only shoot it twice per player, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And yeah, this is why I always made a point to run straight over to red base if I was on blue team and just camp that shit out. Because red team can hear, oh, red base being destroyed, whatever, and then they try to immediately rush in. And the fun of it was to it kind of turned into survival mode for me. and we'd just be like holdout.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of.
then as soon as I would get-
hard.
I guess, but they immediately can't. I could get overrun, but it's just they just didn't know. So I was just like, okay. But as soon as I tagged my base, I would leave. Just
That's
the
fair.
etiquette of it.
Yes, that
I'm
is
not gonna
fair.
camp in a fucking room all game because I pay $20 for this. Okay.
That is fair. I do remember you would leave.
Yes.
Because I remember there were many games when I just be like, I don't know where to go. I'm just gonna follow you.
Yeah.
And I just follow you from room to room. Just because I don't know what else. I didn't understand the nuances of laser tag for a while.
Yeah.
And after a while, I just stuck with you because that was just what we did.
Yeah. We did SWAT breaches.
Oh my god! Don't remind me of that.
No. You're thinking of Bonzuzi charges.
Bonzuzi? What was that?
Holy fuck! I have a lot to talk about and so little time. But you know what? I'm gonna get through it. All right. So Bonzuzi charges. So this was from the same friend who also got into that argument with Black Hat.
Yeah.
So the way our friend explained it to us was, so he was in a separate class. He was in history class, and a stupid kid. They were talking about World War II
Oh no!
and how they would have bonsai charges. And for some reason, I guess that kid who our friend heard it from mistook it as Bonzuzi charges.
Oh no!
And I don't know why that stuck for him, but it did. And so the way he was telling us was like, hey, we should do a Bonzuzi charge while we were in the middle of this kind of laser tag thing. And we were just
no.
what the fuck did you just say?
The appropriate response. I'm
And
glad
he-
that someone had the appropriate response in this situation.
Yeah, I don't know which one
To
of us
go,
it
what
was.
the fuck are you talking about?
But he was just like, yeah, it's a Bonzuzi charge. And I think you were just like, you mean a bonsai charge? He's like, oh, yeah, bonsai charge, yeah.
I don't remember this conversation at all.
And so I honestly probably wasn't even, we didn't have a conversation about it, but he's just like, yeah, let's do a Bonzuzi charge. And we just all kind of agreed that it sounded so stupid. And we were just like, okay, let's do a Bonzuzi charge. So we yelled Bonzuzi and ran to the room and cleared it out, and it worked.
See, I remember there were a couple times when we would. You have to. I feel like my memory is making up details, so you have to correct me.
Well, this was high school, so,
It was a
we're
while
a little
ago.
bit old.
But like, I remember we would do SWAT shit,
Oh, yeah, we definitely did
and
that.
like, we would take it so over the top, and we had one friend who would just be like, clearing the room, and just like yelling at the top of our lungs, and we would all just be
I
yelling
think-
at the top of our lungs.
I think one of us did like breaching or some shit like that, and we'd start making call outs and running into a room.
Yeah, I think that started because someone had done it, and like we were just like, all right, we're gonna.
I think that's because someone did it to us, right?
Yeah.
Because I swear someone like did it so
Yeah.
seriously, and they rushed into our room. I don't think they did call outs, but we had like a pretty significant charge from the enemy team, so we were just like, oh,
So
maybe
this is how
should do
we're
it.
gonna play.
Yeah.
I always remember my favorite part about this, because I always just thought of it as SWAT shit, and that's how I've always thought of it, is just that under that name. But the part that was always funny to me about the story is how amazingly it worked.
It worked so well.
It worked flawlessly. Of like the 3 times we did it, it worked every time.
Like the first person would die. That's just
Hey man,
That's
this
just kind of
sucks to
the-
be point man, don't it?
the way it sucks. But but for some reason, like there was more than often than not, there would be moments where there would be like 6 people in a room, because most of these rooms like encouraged camping or whatnot,
Well, that's just how the place
or
is
just
built.
cover, And so we would just breach into a room, and however the rest of the team, the enemy team, didn't like get the message quite so clear, even though they
Even
they heard us
yell,
yelling Bonzuzi or
charge.
breaching or whatever. They didn't quite get the message, so we just ran in there, kind of cleared out the room. But see, the best part is we didn't like camp in there. We didn't try
We would leave.
We would leave. We would kind of keep going on with our sweep, and we would kind of cover our 6 whenever we were like leaving
God,
the room.
I hate that you called it that, but
Well,
that is
I'm
what we
trying,
would
I'm
do.
trying to be tactical,
That is what we did, yeah.
And there was a second floor, so it was a ramp how we had to leave, and we would like cover the ramp and cover the entryway, and that shit. They would immediately try to like, oh, I'm gonna get them on the window. No, we knew instantly what you're gonna do.
See, that was definitely one of the more fun things I think we did at that laser tag place.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fun when you don't have such. Even though I don't know what you'd call it, we weren't like competitive. It's just a silly thing we
no,
did.
we were being goofy about it.
we were being
Sometimes
silly.
we got kind of butthurt about like people being like overly competitive, so then we'd match that energy a little bit.
Me personally, I enjoyed like there were moments where what would happen often if you had like a really fun day at laser. I don't know. This is my opinion, but
Hey,
when
man,
2
preach.
rooms would have like a really weird. This most happened on the second floor, right? And so where the every single player would be on the second floor, right? And I don't know if you remember, would be so you have the 2 ramps, which I would call the 2 ramp rooms, and then you have the center room, right?
Okay, yeah.
So basically, it was 2 teams fighting for control over the center second story.
For whatever reason.
It was just kind of the goal at the time. So either, one team is pushed back to the ramp room, or, you are fighting in the central room trying to be king of the hill. And so that's kind of the fun of it, is 2 teams trying to fight over this one stupid second control point, which is where I personally think the base should have been, but whatever. But yeah, that's where I found the fun of it. And just like, even though it was like competitive or whatever, I thought it was fun. And you could do like, you would get like one solo person to just kind of
Roman.
Kind of get that roamer person and try to go up the ramp and then clear out unexpectedly that one room in the back because they don't anticipate it.
See, my only problem is that people just don't play like things like laser tag or airsoft. They don't play it fair. They just cheat all the time.
They try to abuse it. They try to just play it. When I say just differently, it's just I always think of Black Hat and the way he would play. It's just this way trying to use exploits and just trying to just.
It's like really against the whole spirit of it.
Trying to get the meta and laser tag right, and it's just so stupid and really pathetic.
This is why I always personally liked paintball the best,
because you can't do that. You have pain.
No, you're done.
Yeah,
and what's more is like it also saw, because like I know in airsoft one of the big problems is that people just pretend like they didn't get shot. The only person who knows is the person who shot you, and it becomes a he said she said kind of thing, But see, that's what I loved about like something like paintball, because it's like, okay, you want to pretend you didn't get shot, I'm just gonna shoot you again and again and again. Like, how much pain can you take to pretend you're not out?
Yeah,
because at some point, if you play enough, you're just covered in paint. That's hard to tell what's new and what's old. But you can sure feel it.
Yeah,
you can sure feel that. One of my favorite things whenever me and my brother went to go play paintball is he took, we went with some of his friends from high school, and there's this girl who came with us, and she was like a part of his like general friend group, had never played paintball before in her life, and she got my brother right on the neck, just hit him right between his
the helmet and the chest piece.
Yes, hit him right between the helmet and the chest piece, like threaded the needle, and he was in so much pain afterwards. We got him we got him ice to ice his basically his throat, because she almost shot him right in the windpipe. And then when he finally was like, yeah, okay, I'll play another game, she hit him in the exact same spot.
She is not showing any mercy towards her brother.
She didn't even mean to. She just kept hitting him there. I think by the time we were done, she hit him 3 times in that one spot.
Jesus Christ.
He had the biggest welt on his neck. And I think every time we went after that for a while, he wore like a neck guard too, because it like really messed him up.
He learned.
he really did learn. He really did learn.
She ain't playing.
She was not playing, no. But I don't know, that's why I always like paintball more, but it's just much more expensive.
Yeah, that's why I've never gone paintball.
Oh, we should totally go someday.
I don't have like, oh man, I want to play paintball. I don't know. That seems like a.
See, the problem is like
thing.
There's so much gear involved that either you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go spend $100 to go rent all the gear and go play paintball, or
and then be in pain.
Well, I mean, the pain is just part of it.
Sure.
It's part of the fun is like the physical exertion and getting shot at and shooting at people. It's just.
But I have that same experience with laser tag for cheaper, which I mean, this is why we went. It was $20 for 4 hours, and we were exhausted after 4 hours.
To be fair, I would usually be done by like the 3rd hour, and I'd be like, oh my god, there's still more. Oh shit,
I want to get my money's worth.
Hey, you know what? That's fair. But sometimes I just want to chill a little bit and play like a couple rounds of foosball or something.
Oh yeah.
Or what's the skee ball? Skee ball. Yeah. I love skee ball, man.
So did Black Hat.
Did he?
Oh yeah. Don't you remember that huge ass pile of tickets he got?
No.
Oh yeah, he mastered skee ball. He knew the.
How old do you think this Black Hat character was when we went?
25.
How do you have that like on the dot?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just making it sound. Oh. He was in his early 20s. I hope.
And we were like what?
We were
16, 17?
17? Because I could drive. Yeah, I was 16.
Yeah. So we were like 16 at the time. So yeah, like, God, it's kind of sad, even more sad when you put it like that you had this like 20-something-year-old like going to laser tag.
Well, I don't mind that, because there were like older people like.
No. I don't mean like just showing up. That part's fine.
I thought that's what you meant. I was like, well, I'm not gonna knock
we
their...
could go. If we wanted to go play laser tag, I have no issue with that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Okay.
No, my issue was like you go to play laser tag, and then you cheat. Like you're cheating against like 12-year-olds.
Yeah, it's well. To be fair, this is another thing I wanted to bring up. We also cheated in laser tag.
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Oh, I was going to. I'm gonna let.
Are you bringing up the
people
tape
know.
thing?
Yes.
Okay, bring up the tape thing. Tell the story.
We also had an exploit that I found out, or that I was curious about, because I was curious if that front of the barrel thing for the gun, if it was
sensor.
actually a heat sensor.
Yeah.
It was not. It was just a sensor
Yeah.
that you could put a piece of tape over. And I was just like, oh, okay. And that modification that you do one-handed, just one-handed, you know. And so every time we would go, you guys would always ask me like, oh, Ben, do you have the tape? Do you have the...
I never asked.
Well,
this.
yeah, you didn't ask me, but
Because I thought it was kind of pointless.
I just enjoyed being one-handed. Okay, what can I say?
I don't know what tactical advantage having to hold the gun in one hand does.
Not
to me-
too much, but
was just-
it kind of did help.
Because how are you supposed to aim without using two-handed grip?
I mean, it made you feel cool. And you could also like do how do you call it? You could do cover shooting, which if you had to do like two-handed, your arm would get in the way. Now I'm kind of getting a little bit competitive, but you know what I mean.
And
Your
Black
shoulder
Hat was the bad part of
your
this
shoulder
experience,
wasn't
huh?
exposed, but hey, at least I played like honorably. I feel like one hand isn't that far of like
Are you breaking the rules?
yes. Well, even when you went in, they would make you read the rules, and you know I would always use both hands to hold my gun. Nah, I didn't do that shit. I would not run. I swear I can read this off the top of my head. Like I will not run. I will not.
Everybody ran, though.
Yeah, everybody ran. Everyone. I will not kneel or sit down.
Another blatant lie. Everybody did that.
Everybody did that. I will not.
I think those were all just for legal reasons.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think they
that
really
was
do
for,
either.
it's for legal reasons. I wish I signed a waiver instead, but whatever.
Do you imagine every time you have to go in for a game, they make you sign a new waiver?
Well, they would just do it when you first sign for the $20 thing.
See, that makes a lot more sense. I like my idea more because it's funnier.
You mean more of a waste of time and an
Yeah,
inconvenience
I
for the
think it's
customer?
funny. Yeah, I think it's funny. If I ever open a laser tag place, that's what I'm going to do. Every time you play a game, nope, here's a pen, piece of paper, full legal name.
See, that laser tag play you could easily defeat that stupid. You could defeat Black Hat's stupid method. All you have to do is make your vest come on, and you can't fire a gun for a second. That's all you have to do.
Oh, just
It'd be
fix the
pointless.
way the
It would
vest
fix
works?
everything. But I think it's proprietary. I think they have to send it to the company, and I don't think they can handle that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I want to open my own laser tag facility. That shit sounds fun.
I forget how passionate you are about laser tag sometimes.
I genuinely enjoy laser tag.
See-
Unironically.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
It's cheap. It's harmless. I mean, you can get competitive. You can have different game modes too, which we did on the rare occasion.
I wouldn't say harmless. I've totally eaten shit and like busted my face on the.
Well, that's because you were being stupid. Oh, and guess what? You were running, I bet, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I was running down one of the slopes, and I fell forward and just slid down the slope on my face.
I don't remember you eating shit though, or you never mentioned it. You probably just kind of kept that to yourself.
I did keep that to myself because I was super embarrassed about it. So instead, I'll tell it on the podcast where tens of people are going to listen to it.
Very optimistic of you. I appreciate that.
I mean, you got to start small to grow big.
Well, one person, I'm glad you enjoyed Jacob's story.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for listening to my story.
Yep.
Let's see. What else we got next? Do you have anything else?
Well, I do have one final thing to add for laser tag.
Oh, do you do?
Yeah. Do you remember that one time we saw where they reserved the party room for really competitive one-on-one laser tag?
No.
Oh, really?
No, I don't remember this at all. Wait.
Now, this is the super embarrassing part because Black Hat was also in this.
Oh.
And so, for some reason, this laser tag place, for some reason, really encouraged this exploit, the vest exploit, as I like to call it.
Wait, they encouraged it? Like they were okay with it?
They hosted like one-on-one laser tag competitions where it was basically, you'd camp a room, but now someone else is also fighting against you. So it's you tag one person while also doing this weird crab walk stance, trying to cover your sensors, doing a one-on-one event,
Oh, that's weird.
And it was hosted in the party room where it was in the front of the.
Didn't it have a glass
stab-
window
yes.
that you could see.
And so we could see in it. And so whenever we took a break and we were wondering like, oh, where's Black Hat? Oh, he's doing this one-on-one stupid competition. Okay, whatever. And it was just grown men doing. No kids were doing this, by the way,
No, I don't remember.
because kids
any
were
kids
actually
doing
having fun.
God. That sounds awful.
Oh yeah, it was.
That sounds kind of cringe, not going to lie.
I'm kind of glad that they did host it because it kept
Got
those
him out of
people
the game.
just separated from the facility.
Yeah. And a party room sounds really small, though.
You don't need a bigger space. You really don't.
Well, to be fair, they're going to camp in one room anyway. So
Yeah, I
difference
don't.
doesn't
Yeah,
make-
like it works out, I think.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but
Ugh, terrible. Terrible.
see, I'd go back if they'd fix that shit.
Well, they're not going to fix that.
No.
Is that place even still open?
Yes, it is still open. I don't know
Really?
how, with COVID and everything. I don't know how
Can you
they're
imagine
doing
trying
it.
to run around, play laser tag, but you also have to have like a mask on? That sounds awful.
Yeah, and I haven't gone back in years, so I don't know what the clientele is like. Maybe it's gotten better. I don't
Yo,
know.
what if Black Hat's still there?
I would laugh and say, dude, you need a better hobby.
Well, I mean, what if he has like a hard construction job and he's like, man, I was on the weekend. I like to play my laser tag and like
A hard physical, exhausting construction job. Who is doing feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
an exhausting physical
No, that checks out.
okay
That checks out.
activity.
Yeah. That's how I would describe laser tag. An exhausting physical activity.
Yeah.
Look, just because it was just something I pulled out of my ass. You don't need to like burn me so hard on it.
I was exhausted. Okay, I too was exhausted. I'm not gonna critique you or anything. Yeah, you're right.
I feel critiqued. I feel judged.
Well, I judge you all the time.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, and there's just a lot of nuance, and to me, it feels like gambling with extra steps, which essentially that's what it is. What I know.
But I like gambling.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I'm fairly good at it. Leave me alone.
You just gotta know when to stop.
I do.
No,
Yes.
no.
Look.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean I don't know when to stop?
Oh, remember that time we went playing roulettes?
Yeah, I love roulette.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You had 120.
I did. I
You-
think I hit 300 at one point.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Would you like to tell the audience what you finished at?
Did I bust?
No, you didn't bust.
Oh, what did I walk away with?
70.
Ah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, to be fair, I started with 20, so I
Yeah.
still made money.
We had a limit of 40.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like roulette?
I did.
Would you go back and play it again?
I would, but not soon.
Damn it.
So sorry, we're not going tonight, if that's what you're asking.
Damn it. No. I don't know. To be fair, that night I was getting a little crazy. I was playing 2 roulette tables at the same time. So,
Yeah, you were.
yeah. I don't know. I was getting a little nutty.
Yeah, you were. But it was your birthday, I think. Was that what we were celebrating? No, it wasn't.
No, we were just out. Or was it your birthday?
No, it was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
Yeah. Yep.
I like how we were on the completely opposite end of that.
Yep.
Yeah, because we went and got your birthday lunch. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and I lost $20. No, $40.
Did you lose all 40?
I think I lost all 40.
Man, happy birthday.
Thanks. But you paid for everything, so
Yeah, that was a good
works
time.
out. Huh.
Good time. I don't know. I would go back.
I'd go back. Just
I mean, I've made a lot of money playing roulette before.
Hmm.
So,
That's good. Good for you. I'm glad to hear that. I don't know if this is a closing topic, but this
Yeah.
is more of a topic of discussion. No.
no, give it to me.
No,
Give it
it's,
to me.
it's
Go ahead, give it
long.
to me.
It's long. It's long.
Give it to me.
All right, fine. So, let me tell you about the story of how I was skimming off the top of our funds in elementary school.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So, when I was in elementary, right, 5th grade,
Yeah.
I don't know how this transpired, but for some reason at lunchtime, 2 students would be like in charge of selling lollipops.
Mhm.
I think you have to be on student council, and for some reason, that's another story for another day. But I was on student council, and I was just given the task of selling lollipops. And so during lunch, we would sell lollipops for like a quarter or
Oh, that's pretty cheap.
no, maybe I don't think it was a quarter. I
$1?
I don't think the economy was that good in elementary school back then, but $1. I think 4 quarters is essentially what we were looking for.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
And basically, what me and I don't think he was a friend. I think he was just an acquaintance. But me and this other person on student council, and God, I don't remember. God, this was 5th grade, so this was a long time ago. All I know is that me and this person agreed that we would skim off the top, like quarter wise. We would steal like $1 for both of us.
Oh my God.
And we would kind of take it, just keep it for ourselves,
Why?
right?
Why would you do this?
Why would we do that? Because it's free money, Jacob.
Oh my God, you're so corrupt.
And so we were both on student council, by the way. Again,
my
just to
God.
repeat. And
Oh my
yeah, we
God.
did this for the longest time. Every time we ran the lollipop stand,
Wait, I gotta ask, was it only $1? Would you only take $1?
we wouldn't get brazen. Maybe at most at absolute maximum we'd steal $2. But the reason why we know we would get away with it is because for whatever reason they didn't like do an inventory check on the lollipops, because some of them would be gone from last week.
Oh, wow.
And I know they didn't count them, or both of us were pretty smart about this. We knew we would get in big trouble for her, so we were just like, oh, okay, let's be smart about it, and we'll try to figure out how to get out of it if we do get caught. This is kind of explaining a lot, but anyways,
It really just shows how much thought you guys have put into this. as
yeah,
children.
we did put a lot into this. So
Yo, where is this other guy? He sounded super ride or die.
I admittedly have no idea where this person is.
Do you remember his name?
No, I don't.
Aw.
I can't even put a face to this person.
Oh, dude. I hope he ends up listening to this one day. He's like, oh, that's me.
Dude.
That's me, man.
Yeah, and basically we would just hit up the snack shop every once a week, twice a week. I don't know, with our fucking free cash. It's just like,
Jesus
you know how
Christ.
busy the snack shop got in elementary school.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And,
true.
Man, we were just dying like kings, baby, on fucking corn nuts and I don't know, whatever else.
What was the number one snack you get?
Corn nut.
Corn nuts?
corn nuts?
Ah, see, that was scrub shit.
What?
That was
what
scrub
was top tier snack shit?
For us, it was either what were they called? They're like those things. They were like the taffy that turn your tongue like different colors.
Airheads.
Oh yeah, it was Airheads and Oreo fudgesicles. That was like top tier shit for our elementary school.
Oh no, I don't think we sold Airheads.
Oh,
Or
we
maybe
did.
maybe we did, but maybe it's just the area, the local population within your.
We did not live that far. Our schools were relatively pretty
You-
close.
You were in a different zip code,
Different zip code, yeah, but still. I mean, but no, that was primo shit
No,
for our school.
for us, corn nuts was just like the lady needed to have cases of corn nuts for us.
I mean, we had corn nuts too, but like corn nuts were significantly cheaper than like the good shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying like primo, like price wise. I'm just saying
I'm
what
not
was
saying
the
either,
popular thing.
But like they knew what was the stuff that people wanted, and they marked it up like an extra like 50 cents. So like corn nuts would be like 50 cents, and then to get like your Airhead, I think was almost like $1.50.
Jeez.
And I know fudge bars were $1. Because every morning I would be like, "Hey mom, can I get $1?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, sure, here you go." She'd throw me $1, and then not every day, but pretty close to every day, I would go up to the snack bar, and lady would recognize me. She'd like, "One fudgesicle coming right up." I think one time I got pretty big for my britches, and I put the $1 down, I slammed that shit down, I said, "Give me the usual." And I felt such like big business when she was like, "Yep, on it," and she handed me exactly what I wanted. I was like, "Is this what it's like to be a successful man?" I felt pretty hot shit.
That wasn't the thought I had. I was thinking of like a 60-year-old man walking up to his favorite diner, and fucking Kathy over there is just like, "Oh,
I mean,
hey,
hindsight,
Bob,
yes. that is what it is, right?
here for the usual." Yep.
But dude, I was like, what, eight
Yeah.
at the time? Yeah,
Probably.
Like that felt cool. Just being like, I'll take the usual, and her knowing exactly what I meant. I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. No, we didn't have that experience. Nope.
No Airheads, no fudgesicles.
I mean, my big show was just corn nuts, and I was
See,
part of
I
the
never understood
population.
the appeal of the corn nuts.
They were crunchy. They had I don't know now, because I think I've had them recently. They don't have the same taste, but I think that's because our maturing taste buds.
Yeah,
so
it's
to
gonna
speak.
taste different.
Yeah, and so they taste different, and I thought they were pretty good, and I liked the crunchy taste.
See, I don't like how crunchy they were. I felt like I was breaking my teeth.
Oh, I
them.
loved them.
I didn't like. They were like ranch flavored. One of them were.
Yeah,
The blue one.
Yeah.
See, that's like, it felt like eating Cool Ranch Doritos. I hated Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh, I still like them. In fact, I think I prefer them more than nacho, but
That's also fair.
yeah.
Doritos are kind of gross in general.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyone who's telling themselves that they're good, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'm really sorry.
Yeah, that's why most gamers disgust me.
I mean, is it bad to agree with that? Is it bad to agree with that?
Nah.
Like, I like some certain flavors of Mountain Dew, but like, that's certain flavors of Mountain Dew. I can't drink the green shit. It makes me kind of sick, actually.
Yeah, well, we just, had that discussion. I'm not a big fan of soda anyway, so.
That's true. I'm just bringing it up for context.
Mm.
You don't got to undercut me like that.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, that is, my story. And the word of the day is embezzlement, kids. So keep that in the back of your mind.
Man, that's a terrible note for us to end on.
And remember, it's a federal crime. You will go to prison.
That you just admitted to.
Statute of
limitations.
limitations, whatever bullshit. I don't know. What are they gonna do? Fucking arrest me?
I mean, to be fair, I don't think you have to worry about your fucking elementary school listening to your podcast from like 10 years later.
I don't know. When we make it big, I don't know.
Dude, that's what you're gonna get canceled for one day. Dude, he stole fucking money from his school and bought corn nuts with it.
I mean, I've done worse. That will be told later on in the podcast. Perhaps not as illegal. Those are going to be kept to myself.
I would encourage you to color up these stories a little bit. Just make them. Just maybe like bring it down a notch.
Yeah, I'll finish the end of the sentence in Minecraft. So that way I didn't actually do it.
Jesus. All right. I think that's a good note to finally end us on.
Yep.
Please, God, end my suffering. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Lucky 13 podcast. I don't know. Did we decide? Did I say that we are officially calling it that?
That's what you started the introduction with. So yeah.
Is it? Oh yeah, I meant to say yeah. That's what I'm calling it. That's what I'm choosing to call it.
Thanks for bringing this up to me. I wasn't given any notes,
You
memos.
You
when
can
we started.
suck it. I don't give a shit what you think.
Okay.
This is my podcast.
All right. All right. So my name is Ben. Part of the Lucky 13 podcast.
You're the lucky what?
The Lucky 13 podcast.
The lucky third peen? Is that what you call it?
I said 13. I had a slip up. I'm glad we're still sticking on it. This is Ben.
It says Ben.
Say your goddamn name and end this fucking thing. God damn it.
I've been Jake. Thank you for listening.
Fucking hell.
I'll see y'all later. I love you. Kiss,
God.
kiss.
You first the fucking water, then I gotta get some bullshit. You want some more water, by the way?
Yeah, I love the one.
Check it. Hey, people.